I couldn't help but chuckle to myself as I watched the operations officer stumble into the wardroom, his disheveled appearance and groggy demeanor a stark contrast to the disciplined atmosphere of the ship. Lieutenant Commander Collins, or Ops, as we called him, was notorious for his lack of enthusiasm in the mornings. It seemed like he had an ongoing battle with the concept of waking up. I continued sipping my coffee, amused by the sight before me. Ops plopped down in the chair across from me, his tired eyes barely open as he mechanically lifted the bagel to his mouth. I decided to seize the opportunity to engage him in a conversation, hoping to lighten up his morning. "Good morning, Ops," I greeted him cheerfully, though I knew it was unlikely to make much a difference. He grunted in response, his mouth still full of bagel. I took that as an invitation to continue. "You know, Ops, I've heard rumors that you're not a morning person, but I never thought it was this bad," I said, trying to suppress my laughter. He shot me a tired glare, clearly not in the mood for banter. "I'm not a morning person, and I never will be. Some people are just wired that way," he mumbled, crumbs falling from his mouth. I nodded sympathetically, understanding that not everyone could be a morning person. "Well, Ops, I hope this bagel gives you the energy you need to conquer the day. Maybe you should consider investing in a stronger coffee, though." He chuckled weakly, the first sign of life I had seen in him since he entered the room. "Believe me, I've tried every type of coffee on this ship. None of them seemed to work wonders for me." Curiosity piqued, I leaned in closer. "So, what's your secret? How do you manage to get through the day?" Ops let out a long sigh, leaning back in his chair. "Honestly, it's all about routine. I may not be a morning person, but I've learned to adapt. Once I'm up and moving, I can function relatively well. It's just those first few hours that are a struggle." I nodded, impressed by his ability to push through despite his natural inclination. "Well, Ops, I have to say, you do a pretty good job of hiding it. You always seem to get the job done, no matter how tired you are." A faint smile tugged at the corners of his mouth. "Thank you, that means a lot. It's not easy, but duty calls, and I'll always answer." As we finished our breakfast, Ops slowly began to regain his energy, his eyes becoming less heavy and his movements more purposeful. It was as if the bagel had infused him with newfound life. We exchanged a few more stories, sharing a few laughs along the way. Before leaving the wardroom, Ops turned to me and said, "You know, maybe one day I'll surprise you all and become a morning person. But until then, just bear with me, alright?" I chuckled, knowing that the chances of Ops transforming into a morning person were slim. But that was okay because, despite his grumpy mornings, he was an exceptional officer who always got the job done. As I watched him walk out of the wardroom, I couldn't help but admire his resilience and dedication. Ops may not have been a morning person, but he was a true professional, a zombie with a bagel who never let his fatigue hinder his commitment to his duties. And that, in itself, was something worth respecting.